Tony here at Random Adventures 2.0. Where are we at? Well, how about that? So I don't have to say where we're at, but I will. So we're at the Mammoth dig site. So this is a museum and it's an active dig site up here, and we're gonna go take a look at it. But how'd we get here? Well, if you remember in the last episode, we were at Stitch's place in Colorado Springs, and we went to the Garden of the Gods, and I left the other morning and made my way up this way. We're in South Dakota. So we were in Colorado, now we're in South Dakota, and yeah, so we stayed overnight at a truck stop, TNA truck stop. But Nebraska was pretty cool. We drove straight through it yesterday. We had about an 11-hour day yesterday driving. I didn't really do much filming, but I did stop at the headquarters for Cabela's. So that's in Nebraska. So I went in there and I met Anna. So, hey, Anna, how you doing? And it was really great being able to go there because, as you know, we've had our meetup at subscriber meet at the largest Cabela's in the United States, which is there in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. And it's also where I was doing my friend Dave from RN RV Chronicles. Him and I went there as part of my rehab and recovering from my stroke. We go and we walk around Cabela's. That's a great video. Go check it out. It's in the stroke playlist. But they're not quite open yet here. We're a little early. So, yeah. Yeah, yesterday it was going to be snowing 7 inches. So that's why I left. Man, it was great staying there with Stitch for those days. Stitch and Miss Stitch, and also Ruff. That was really awesome. I needed that rest so we continue to go forward. Hey, we're going to be heading somewhere else after this. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't hit the notification button, do that so you don't miss an episode. Hey, I'm parked over there. I'm going to get up to the parking lot. Let's go on in this place. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to go up into the parking lot, and it looks like we're the first ones here. So they open in about 10 minutes. Hope someone comes today. All right, here we go. Yeah, so there's a sidewalk leading up to this. Now, I would have never thought of this place, but I was talking to Jay Wanders out the other day, and he's got a YouTube channel, and the people that watch my channel know his channel. But he said, hey, if you're going to be up there, have you ever gone to the Mammoth dig site? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, check it out. So I looked it up, and here we are. All right, let's get inside. Alrighty, look at this. So when you come in the front door, oh, look at that. That is so awesome. Well, there's, obviously you can hear there's bathrooms on the right. So you can hear a fan. So right over here is the Clay Theater. So that is a theater where you can watch a 10-minute movie. There's a gift shop and everything over there. And like I said, restrooms. But look at this, the world of mammoths. So that's what we're going to go take a look at, and we're going to see some bones out there. And oh my gosh, that is huge. So this is a Columbian mammoth. So they have mostly found Columbian mammoths in this location, but there are some woolly mammoths that they found as well. So we're going to go ahead and head into the bone bed now. Alrighty, so we're going to start at this end. I'm not sure how well you're going to hear me, but I'm going to try to talk so I don't disturb other people that are here. But back in the Ice Age, there was a sinkhole that was, or a hot spring that formed that created a sinkhole, and it became a visited, very visited place by different
animals and so forth for to come down and get a drink, and they would slip into it and be unable to get out. Now this end here, right below, is the spring conduit area, and it says that there's another 45 feet of sediment until you get to the bottom. So right here would be the deep end. Okay, so that would have been the top of the mound or the hill. And in 1974, a bulldozer was clearing off the mound because they're going to make a residential area within this space. And he ran across a tusk. And once he did, he stopped work immediately, got in touch with a paleontologist. And then once they came up and saw what was here, they started to excavate and do the uncovering of all the bones. So look at the tusks right here. You can see that one there. But if you imagine that this was this high, and in 1974 that bulldozer hits it, and over the years they've been slowly uncovering different bones. I mean, it's not just, the woolly mammoth and the other mammoth that's here, the Columbian mammoth. There's, all kinds of discoveries being made as they dig down. So you can see the different layers of sediment. So over time, that sediment just builds up and covers the bones and different specimens that are here. But I don't know if you can see it, but there is footprints in the dirt and in the sediment, because this is an active dig site, and they're still uncovering more and more. And then once they find something, they label it. But these ones are left in place so that you can see the different layers and where they were found within those layers. It's the mammoth footprints. So this is a picture of what's straight across, but you see the green arrows there on that cutaway. You can see how the sediment line is going across and it drops. Well, those are mammoth footprints. When you step in the mud, your foot sinks. So that is neat. All right, so we came in the door down there and we're working our way up this ramp. There's digs on both sides, but this is the sediment layers. A little closer look at it, you can see the brown and the grays, and each one of those layers was just laid down over time. And that would be the silt and the sand and the clay that filled the sinkhole over time. They figured about 1/2 inch per year. And the brown layers are sand, representing strong pulses of water that were coming in from that natural spring conduit at the other end down there. Yeah, let's keep making our way up through here. This is really cool. Wow, this really opens up. So you can see some of the equipment that they use to get themselves in and around as they dig. Look at all the tusks. They said they found about 61 representative, because 2 tusks per mammoth, about 61 fossilized mammoths. The skull that's represented here, that would be a Columbian mammoth. And then over here, number 5, that's the woolly mammoth skull. So those are the 2 skulls of the different mammoths that have been found within this sinkhole. Yeah, it's hard to make out the very top of it, but that would be the pelvis of a Columbian mammoth, and you can see the leg bone that comes down. And they're saying that number 7 here would be possibly a jawbone, a lower jawbone. Yeah, right there, the tread-looking things, those are actually molars. And the molars would come in on the back side of the jaw and then begin to slide forward as they grew. But those would be the molars. But look how they would grind the vegetation, and that's why the grooves are in there. Look at the tusks. And there are a lot of tusks in this upper area here. Yeah, here's a good display of the teeth and the molars, how they would be in there. Yeah. That would be a lower jaw there. Here's another example. So this one here being the Columbian mammoth and this one being the woolly mammoth. Definitely a difference. So we're at the upper end or the shallow end of the sinkhole. You can see here the fish shale. That would be that red color shale we saw on the outside of the sinkhole. And you can see how it tapered down. And when they would get to the edge, they would fall in and weren't not able to get back out. And then they were just covered by sediment. You know, they would either starve to death or drowned and then be covered over time. You can see we're at the top end and there's a piece of grass sticking out. So there's, you know, vegetation that was especially closer to the top here that they've been finding as well. Oh, this is interesting. So mammoth relatives, which is obviously the elephant, but the Columbian mammoth, which is extinct, is the tallest. Then you have the African elephant, which is still modern, lives in Central Africa. Then the woolly mammoth, that would be the next largest elephant. Then you've got that's extinct, Asian elephant, modern. And then the pygmy mammoth, look at that real little one. So extinct, but it only lived in the Canal Islands off the coast of California during the Ice Age. All right, so we're going to continue to work our way up the ramp and get to the very top of the sinkhole and look down on this. So you can see a mammoth laying right here. So this would be the skull area and then its body. So it's called a mammoth fall. So when it died, it fell over and disintegrated. Right there's you can see the teeth and then the tusks. And then it just kind of collapses over time with disintegration and then falls in a spot. Looking down, you can see all the way down. As they dug deeper, they found more and more. So we're at the very top. So that bulldozer would have been up near this area and discovered the very first mammoth bone. Yeah, you can see the ribs right there from that mammoth, and then also the backbone, and then the tusks, and then the pelvis. Yeah, that's you can see a lot. Now what they would do, they would excavate those and then put them together, put them back together, and there's some examples of that right over here. So there you can see they're upright. So they've been stood back up and put together so you can kind of see how they look instead of just laying in the sediment. But they tried to determine how deep the sediment layer is of this area, and this right here shows it's about 65 feet deep. Yeah. So you can see right down here, we're back at the other end, but we're on the top of where the sinkhole was. And so the spring is right down there, and then that's the lowest point. But there's still 45 more feet underneath this. They determined still to go to be excavated. But look at that mammoth skull right there. And then right beside it, there's a whole skeleton of a Columbian mammoth right there. You can see the fall, which they call it. But you can see how they've been excavating layers and layers. Yeah, tons of layers, a lot of work. They said it's taken them 15 years just to get to that sinkhole spot where the spring comes in, and that's not even to the bottom yet. Another 45 feet. Lot to discover yet. So this is a good look at the Colombian mammoth all put back together. Look at its teeth and tusks. Oh my goodness, that is way up there. So they do have things marked very well. So the downfall of that woolly mammoth right there, they're calling him Napoleon, and they can figure out how old Napoleon was, and it says that Napoleon, they estimate, was about 49 years old when he died. So right off of the dig site, they've got this room here where bones and other fossils segments are wrapped in plaster, and then they're brought in here, taken apart, and then, you know, as they remove the plaster, they try to stabilize. And here's a piece here. It says it's very fragmented, removed in 2020 by Station 3. Very fragmented. The plan is to consolidate and stabilize, carefully remove tough sediment, and then piece back together. So that's what they're working on right there since 2020. Wow. So this is a mammoth skull here. You can see there's the eye socket. So they've got things marked, the forehead, the nasal cavity, the right and left tusk sockets. But you can see how they wrap it in plaster. When they have a skull wrapped in plaster, it's about 800 pounds to move. So they actually have a crane system over the dig site that they can crane up all the large pieces that they cannot carry out to do further work. So when you come out of the main dig site, they put together a really cool museum around here on this side, so you can continue to walk through. But they've got other exhibits here, and they just got this here. Now, what do you think that is? Big, right? That's not even the biggest one they've found. So the biggest one was 18 feet. That is a sloth skeleton. You know, a sloth that doesn't move very fast. I still wouldn't want to run away from one or have to run away from one, because I think even a slow sloth, 18 feet tall, would probably catch you. Yeah, you've got a saber-toothed tiger here as well. Skeleton to look at. So they're putting, and I just talked to the guys building this new display here. Right behind the bench, there's going to be a cave that you can walk through as well. Later on, they're still working on it. Hey, there's a skull there. Look at the teeth and where the tusks went, right at the top. You had your right and left tusk coming out of there. So they've got other exhibits on your way out, but look at this. Look at all these arrowheads. So they were a donation, actually, of the Ferguson family collection. Wow. But other dig sites, United States, but mostly around South Dakota and the Great Plains. All right, there's a gift shop. So we're back around the circle. Alrighty. Wasn't that awesome? So they do tours, so they have different programs, things like that, but a lot of children from school, they do a lot of school tours. So I don't know if you heard that while we were in there, but very cool site. And they've got an education building, and they're planning on doing a little bit more on the outside, like a trail with native plants to the Black Hills and stuff, and signage. But they are a 501, so they don't get any funding from outside sources. So they are 501. You can get some bags and do some sifting of dirt to get some gems. All right. So this was a great stop. So this is a learning center in here as well. They do have about a 10-minute movie that you're able to watch as well in the theater. All right,
So what are we going to do next? I don't know. Let's go find out. Alrighty, here's the visitor center, Custer State Park Visitor Center. So we're going to go check this out and figure out what we're doing. Because I did just pass the loop for the nature loop. So let's get on in here and see what it's like. Maybe that rain will blow over. Won't have to run the windshield wipers. Okay, so this is the inside of the visitor center. Very well put together visitor center. I like this here. This is a map of the whole park. Custer State Park is about 70,000 acres. And what's really neat is, see here, they've got the buffalo. So they placed the buffalo about where they would be at when you're driving around the nature loop. So we're going to go ahead and do the wildlife nature loop, which is about 18 miles. And then we're going to head north again and, yeah, up to, it looks like a lake. I forget the name of it, but we're going to head up that way. But we'll do that after the wildlife loop. But, yeah, look at these. So we should see the young bison with the moms out there as well. Hopefully we will. I don't want to build it up too much because we might not see them. But yeah, this is a very nice place. And then we're going to head up the one highway as we go towards that lake. You can see right there, we're going to get to the spires and hopefully be able to see that as well. All right, let's go. Alrighty, so we're going to turn on to the wildlife loop here, and they did say it's 18 miles, and it is roughly about an hour and a half to get through it. Can be longer if there's buffalo in the road because you're supposed to let them cross. Man, I hope we see something. I really do. So let's keep our eyes out, or I'll keep my eyes out, and I'll bring you back on when I see something. Not, this would be a really long video. All right. Yeah, on the left side, I don't know if you can see the burn marks there on the left. I don't know if that was a controlled burn or if they had a fire and put it out. It almost looks like a controlled burn. But I'm not sure. Very interesting. It is overcast right now, but we got some buffalo coming up. Look at them on the right there. There's one on the right and one straight ahead up on the hill. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see if we can get a closer picture. Yeah, look at them grazing there. Man, he's huge. I never anticipated that. They'd be that close to the road. Oh, look at this on the left there. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, look at the birds on his back. They both got birds on their back. Oh, they are neat. And to think that is their natural habitat in the prairie. Wow, this is cool. Yeah, so let's keep going. Yeah, at the visitor center, they gave us a lot of information that there's hundreds and hundreds of buffalo. There's probably a couple hundred female at the one end, and about 100 babies. So hopefully they're still out there and closer to the road so we can see them. There was bighorn sheep closer to the entrance earlier today. They said, and they kind of roam around, so maybe we'll see some of those. We might see some antelope, a couple other things. Yep. Oh, it was $20 to get in, and that is a 1 to 7 day pass. If you wanted to come for one day, it's $20. If you wanted to be here for the full 7, it's $20. Yep. Oh, there's an antelope running up the hill. Can you see it? It's on the right. He's small. Let's see if I can pull over a little bit. No. Well, we'll keep an eye out. There's some antelope on the right, or on the left. I'm sorry. Standing right along the road. I'm going to see if I can get a better shot of them.
Yeah, and there he is. There's another one right here coming up. Look at that, real close to us, right along the road. Now I did see some antelope already at different places, but we just haven't been able to catch them on camera. But look at that prairie, it goes way out there. All right, you're right, there's a lot of them. So these are the males. They said that's what we would generally see first. They kind of hang out together here. There's a good looking one. He's got an itch. So, yeah. Then we got some more coming up here in a second. Yeah, look down there. So they got plenty of places to roam. Oh, look at these two guys. This one here's been chasing the other antelope around for quite a while. Look at him go. Yeah, well, he's chasing them. Got this buffalo here all excited. What are they doing running by me? Right? All right. Yeah, that's a great shot right there. Great shot. And we got a couple more over here. Standing right along the road. Oh, here comes them two antelope. Oh, they're gonna run by. And oh, a car went by. He's running. I don't know if he's running away from the other one or what. Yeah, so there's another buffalo. All right, let's get over to these two here, grazing along the road. There we go. This guy grazing right there. I'm going to turn the car off so that we don't have the sound of the engine. You can hear him crunching the grass. Look how big his head is. Hear him breathing. Chewing. Yeah. It's really cool. Alright. We'll let you go, buddy. There's a car coming. So you got to be careful. Came over the hill here, and there's some bighorn sheep laying right here along the road. Yeah, you can see them laying there. You come over too quick, they're just laying right there on the edge. They're getting up and walking away. All right, guys. Oh, there we got an antelope. It's in a little pull off right here. Antelope right in front of us. Alrighty. You can see it's raining every once in a while. It's still spitting stuff, but here's some more buffalo. These are all males. Yeah. Just laying there in the grass. See, there's some wild burros there. Oh, this one's coming over. I think he wants to check out to see if I got anything to eat. So the lady at the visitor center said you could feed them, and they're beggars. Hey, buddy, you coming over to say hi? Here you are. There you are. You're looking for something to eat. You're sticking your head in my window. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go. All right. There he is. Everybody say hi. What's your name, buddy? Yeah. You got a name? No? He's like, you don't got any food for me. All right. Very cool. All right. Here we go. Let's keep going. Yeah, it's sprinkling harder. Maybe it'll slow down. Oh, it better slow down. Let's kind of wait here a little bit. I see a whole bunch of them straight ahead. I think this is the moms. Oh, yes, it is. All right, so we're gonna get a little closer. Oh, come on, please stop. I see it breaking the clouds, but they're in the middle of the road. We got our buffalo in the way, so we're gonna have to wait. Perfect. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till they all move. A buffalo blockade. Let me see if I can get my camera out the window. All right, they gave me an opening to get by, but I'm gonna go very, very slow. And there we go. So we're gonna get a real close up here. Hey, buffaloes. Hey, what you doing? Oh, these two are rubbing horns right here. Look at these guys. Oh, that would make a great picture there. Very cool. Let's see if I can get a picture, couple pictures too. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. It looks like those are the young ones there, because they're smaller. Yeah, and then we got the big ones here. I don't know if we just go slow, we'll probably just go right through them. There's one walking across the road. Yeah, I've got to put my brakes on because there's one standing in front of me. Always moving. All right, good. All right, there's a, I believe that's a mama, and right on the other side's a baby one. There you are. Hey, buddy. There you go. Very cool. Yeah, and there's a lot of young ones down there. So we got a big one coming. He's gonna cross right there. But way down there in the field, if you can see it, there's hundreds spread out across there, all little. Yeah. This must be where the moms and calves are. Yeah, you got two of them. One chasing one. I don't know if you can see it. He's chasing one another. Can you see them up there on the right hand side up on the hill? You can see the silhouette of that two babies and some of the bigger ones there, some of the mamas. All right, we're gonna keep driving. Yeah, the road's taking us through some pines. This is really nice. There are some very sharp turns, so they have cautionary signs to tell you slow down, and we're going just fine. Yeah, so there is a, it's called the Prairie Loop Trail that takes you through some of the prairies. It's about 3 miles long. There is no camping on that trail. It's just a loop that you go out. You got to do a couple little water crossings and back to that. There's a little parking area, so we just passed it, but it covers some of the left side of the road here. Yeah, I would think in the summertime the buffalo would come and hang out in here with the creek and running along the road and all the pines to get shelter and also to stay cool, some shade, but they like grazing in the prairie. But during the summer, I read a sign back there that said there's a lot of wildflowers that just bloom throughout this time, and it does get very busy in this park. There is a couple lodges and also campgrounds at different locations throughout the park. Okay, there's a whole field of prairie dogs. You can hear them squeaking. They're hard to see though. I don't know if I can zoom in on any of them. Hopefully. because they all disappear when I got out of the car. But all those little mounds there, you can see them. Oh, there's one right in the middle of the screen. Yeah, and there's a whole nest of them over there. Over to the right. People are driving right by the spot because they're looking for buffalo, but there's a whole prairie here of prairie dogs. You can see all the holes. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them down in that green area. All running. There, see them running around? Yeah. That is too cool. Yeah, there are two of them peeking their heads out. Look at them. Come on out. Come on out. Get out of the hole. It's safe. All right, I don't know if they're going to get out or not. Okay. All right, I pulled up to these two. Come on out of the hole. There you go. So if a hawk goes over there, you're going to see a lot of squeaking and running and diving into the hole. Yeah, they've got this whole area barren. They've eaten all the grass. And they're just nibbling around. There we go. He's talking. Well, this guy's sitting up. Alrighty, so yeah, that's our prairie dogs. That is too cool. Very neat. So it looks like they've gotten this whole area on the right with little nests. That's a huge area of prairie dogs. Wow. All right, you can see this prairie dog right here. He's squeaking because look what's coming up. Look at that fox. Oh, he went down over the side. But they're warning each other, giving out squeaks. Yeah, so we're back in the pines. We're climbing. Yeah. So there was 2 white-tailed deer I saw along the just inside the woods. I couldn't get them on camera. They're too skittish. They ran. Yeah. Yeah, this is a nice drive. Look at those big pines. Yeah, very cool area. Man, I can't believe we've seen so many wild animals. So this is the episode with the most wild animals, and we're coming to the end of the loop down here. So we're going to exit the park. So thanks for coming along, right? All right, so we're going to get down here. We've still got some more places to go. All right. Talk to you soon. All right, we're heading north on 87. So that's going to take us to our next location. So we're just going to wind through these hills. Whoa, so I'm slowing down because we got some people in the middle of the road. All right, so he was out of the car taking pictures of these guys. See the wild goats down there? Not wild goats, longhorn goats. Yeah. Oh, look at that little one chewing on the bark. Yeah. Really cool.
All right, we reached a height of 5,500 feet again. Now we're descending. When we came out of the prairie, we got on 87 and saw those longhorn goats. We climbed, and then now we're starting to work our way back down. But this is Needles Highway, scenic drive. Needles Highway. I'll show you what the needles are. I can't wait to see them. I've heard of them, and I've seen pictures of them. I can't wait to see them. Yeah, this drive down through here is really neat. So we've got rocks on both sides. There's snow left over in the shadows. Yeah, this is beautiful. It's raining a little bit, drizzling. But it's speed limit's 10 miles an hour through this section. And I can see why, because it twists and turns. But look at the rocks. The rocks are definitely different than what we've seen in the past. It's not that sedimentary rock anymore. Yeah, definitely slow down. Oh, look how sharp this turn is here. So Black Hills Playhouse, Center Lake, next right. That's not where we're going. So, but back there about maybe 5 or 6 miles ago, if you went right, we turned left to continue on North 87. But if we took 16A, that's 26 miles to Mount Rushmore, which is a national park, which we can get in with our national pass. But I did not have a plan to do that today because I wanted to go through these needles. And it takes us in a different direction. And then I got something special planned for us for the next episode. Stay tuned. Yeah, look at all the snow along the sides. Yeah. And we're into some aspens again. And the trees are getting thicker, the pines are getting thicker, the forest is getting thicker. And we're about 9 miles away from something that I'm looking forward to seeing. Yeah, this has been 13 miles. We're not even 13 miles yet, but it has been like this the whole way. And we've got the Iron Creek Tunnel, which is a one-way tunnel. Look at this, cut right into the rock. We've been through some tunnels, but this is a pretty unique tunnel. Boy, that's narrow too. Look at that. Really cool. A little hunk. Yeah. Oh, that is too cool. We've got another tunnel, I believe, coming up too. Yeah, because there's a warning that, you know, certain vehicles can't come down this road. It's just that one tunnel, it says it's only 8 feet. So that's pretty narrow. We got a turn coming up here, and look how open it is. Look at that. Very neat. We're climbing again. So I believe this is the Black Hills area of the park. So we're in the Black Hills. Sky looks like it's trying to open up and clear up. Yeah, in the visitor center it says gold was discovered in the Black Hills here. It was very popular for a gold rush. I'd like to have been here during the day of the heyday, do some panning. I don't believe I would be allowed to pan in this area. Look at this. Wow. Oh, if I could park here, that'd be a great place to hook up a hammock right out there on that point. Yeah, beautiful. Right in the center of the screen, look at those spires sticking up way out there.
That is something we have not seen in a while. Since Monument Valley, we saw some spires, but these are not that sandstone. I don't believe. I think this is a different style of rock here. Beautiful. I said I was going to bring you on in a little while, a long time ago, and man, yeah, we're filming. Yes, we are. Look at those. Look at those spires way out there. We're getting into them now. And we're at 6,000 feet, so we climbed again. 6,100 feet. And we're climbing still. This is a good spot to stop. I'm going to stop here and get out. Yeah, so the car's back there, parked, and I just walked over here to this boulder because I wanted to look at what it's comprised of. But look at all the lycotropin on there. That's this stuff here, lycotropin. You know, that's plant life. But look at the rock, what it's made out of. You know, this all looks like quartz. And then there's, where did I see that? Yeah, right here, look at this. See how it's shining right at the end of my finger? Very silvery, shiny. So I'm not sure what kind of material that is, but this is all quartz, just mixed in. Yeah, it's a lot of it. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. The only thing we could have a little bit better is clearer skies. It's drizzling right now. But yeah, I believe those are birch trees. Yeah, that's birch, paper birch right here. You can see it. Yeah, definitely paper birch. Yeah. You can hear a woodpecker or something down there. Wow. All right, let's get back in the car. Yeah, this is a windy road, so it's 20 miles an hour. Oh, look at that coming up. Wow. And look at that. Oh, I can't stop recording. Oh, there goes a squirrel. Did you see that? Ran right across the road in front of us. Oh, we're going to go right along these spires. Yeah, we're down to 15 miles, it says. 15 miles an hour for the next 2 miles. Yeah, because we're going to wind right through these. Okay, this is the area that I believe is called the Needles. This is the start of it. Look at those right in front of us. Tells motorcycles a sign there to use extreme caution. Wow. Look at this. We're climbing up again, and man, this is cool. Look at those spires. Wow. We got a 10-mile-an-hour horseshoe turn coming up. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, this is a whole nother level right here. So remember back when we were at Alabama Hills driving through that? You know, that was a whole different type of rock. But very similar. Very, very similar. But this is cool. Man, we're doing some amazing stuff on our trip. Wow. This is too awesome. Too awesome.
Oh, look how this one comes out into the road. They got the guardrail bolted right to it. Look at that. And more paper birch. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, this is neat. Really cool. Up and over. Here we go. This is one of those no guardrail roads. Oh, here's a pull-off. Let's swing in here. Oh, look at that one. I'm looking for bolts that someone may have left in. Oh, I got to show you this view. Look at that rock wedged in there. Yeah. And then look how high up we are. You can see down there. And then over here, you can see two little rocks on the one top of that are loose. You can see all the way down there. Beautiful. We got another 1-lane, very narrow tunnel coming up here. Width is 8 feet, height is 9 feet 9 inches. There's Needle's Eye. Okay, we're gonna inch our way around the corner here. I don't see any headlights, and I see another truck coming in front of us. Good. All right, so this is the Needle's Eye. Look at that. Very cool. Wow. That is a great look. Very narrow. So there's a parking area right on the other side of the Needle's Eye tunnel. So I wanted to get out and give a different perspective from the other side. Look at that. So that's called Needle's Eye. And then you look up here. Look at that spire. Really cool. Yeah. This is a great spot here. There's a pull-off on the right-hand side. You can see where the red truck is. And then you can see where I backed into. But look straight up at this. Wow. And then a view over the guardrail. Let's go over there and take a look at that. Okay, right down from the tunnel and right down from where we parked, here is the Needle's Eye. So that's just the Needle's Eye tunnel. And right there is what the Needle's Eye looks like. And I'm going to scan up. Alrighty, right there it is, the Needle's Eye. So cool. But it also has, do rocks have recipes? So there's a lot of information right here on that. So it does. There's different quartz families, and a lot of this was molten. That made this cathedral spires are made from granite. It's an indigenous rock forming underground from magma, which is liquid rock. So as it pushes upwards millions of years ago, the molten rock cooled very slowly. At times, this cooling process yields large crystals. That's probably what we were seeing is the silver was the mica, but it's got feldspar and also quartz. So it's got a lot of quartz. And so this right here, wow. That's a rock placed in here for the sign. But let's walk over to see how this looks. So yeah, this would be the quartz, definitely. I don't see any feldspar, but yeah, so guys climb that. That's what they climb. Oh wow. Now I'm right across from it, but if you scrambled up there and got yourself up there, you'd be able to take a better picture and you get a better view of the Needle's Eye. Let's walk over.
can't get far enough over without going up, and I can't scale that right now. But look at this natural bonsai tree. Too cool. All right, so right here you go. There's the needle. And I just met Gary and Danielle. I'll put their pictures up here. They're going to become 2.0 family members. And I asked Danielle to go ahead and post on our Random Adventures 2.0 family Facebook page some of her pictures. They're from Canada, and she showed me a picture of a lake up there. This is the clearest lake, and the sand's actually purple. I can't wait for you guys to see that. Okay, we're back in the car. So that was a great time. We had a great conversation, Gary and Danielle and I. Guys, I really appreciate meeting you and looking forward to talking again. All right, so let's get some more ways down the road. All right, here we go. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's two white-tailed deer. I think I've got us positioned. They're right behind those pines on the edge of this lake. There, you can just see them walking through the snow. Yeah. Boy, that's a beautiful lake. Alrighty, we would have gone back on that lake, but they had a gate there, so I couldn't go in to really get some good pictures, but that's a beautiful lake. So we're going to veer off here and head towards Custer. So, yeah, I think we're done. I believe so. So we're going to head down South 89. Yep, that's the end of that highway. Wow, that was beautiful. Great time. Okay, we just came out of Custer State Park. So we're no longer in the state park, and it's getting sunny out. Laugh out loud, right? But we just entered the Black Hills National Forest. So that's what we were looking at as well. Black Hills National Forest. All right. So we're going to be going out here for a little bit. I got to find a place to sleep yet. I'm not sure. Oh well, I'll let you know then. Well, we're heading west again, right? Because we were back that way, South Dakota. That's where we were all day. And now we're heading over to Wyoming. Why? Well, I'll tell you on the next episode, but I've got something planned, and it's all working out. So you want to make sure you stay tuned. And if you haven't hit that notification bell yet, why don't you go ahead and do that? Because you don't want to miss this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. Now, I was in South Dakota, and I got in contact with somebody that you're going to meet on the next episode. And I've got about 2 more hours to drive. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's sun's going down. It's getting dark. And I want to say we had an awesome time today. I hope you enjoyed it. Man, those mammoths in that mammoth pit, great. Just all the wild animals that we saw, and just driving out this way, looking in the fields, I must have counted over 150 deer, just all over the place. Yeah, man, this was a great day. South Dakota, I love you so far. And we're going to be coming back through South Dakota. I just don't know which way or where we're going. But I know where we're going tonight. I've got to find a place to spend the night. It may just be pulling off the side of the road and sleeping once I get close to where we're going to go. But hey, why don't we go ahead and cue the music?
There we go. Wyoming, here we come. All right, we're not going to go too far in Wyoming, but hey, remember, it's just one adventure at a time. And get out and have an awesome adventure yourself. But if you can't, keep following me. We still got to get all the way back to the East Coast somehow, right? Alrighty. So, Tony 2.0, thanks a lot for coming along. And you have a great night. I'll kind of let you know where I sleep in the next episode. All right. We'll see you when we see you. Alrighty. Bye. Good night. I still got to drive. Oh, my goodness.